Hey guys, this is Manshark Sub LPs. I'm Sub, this is Crusader Kings II, and this is Millennia in the Making episode 97. We're currently playing as Kaiser Wilhelm III of the Holy Roman Empire, and he is the son of Kaiser Wilhelm II, who himself was the grandson of Kaiser Wilhelm I. And, tracing that ancestry all the way back to Duke Otto of Saxony, our original character. We're currently involved in one war, but it's only a, religious uprising sort of thing. It's nothing to really be concerned about. We have an army marching down towards them as we speak. So let's get that going. We also have enough money that we could buy something. We're trying to maintain... Really? Okay, we've got another peasant revolt that just showed up. That's alright. We're trying to maintain about 1,000 gold. About. That was probably the worst peasant rebellion declaration I've ever seen. In the way they are. And we're now going to be losing the Kingdom of Sweden. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. Most of it will be because of... well, because our son is still like 3 years old or something. Yeah, 3 years old. It's no drama. I would love to stay an elective monarchy, but it's just not feasible. Okay, my spy master is planning retribution against Count Ansel, that's the Count of Yamiens, for attempting the assassination of Countess Trebej. So we can have a 70% chance of arresting the guy, or we just gain 5 piety. We'll gain 5 piety. Again, score isn't a particularly big thing here. We get a lot of score just on the basis of being the, who we are. I mean, our last guy added something like 25,000 points to our score. And he didn't last anywhere near as long as I'd hoped that he would have. Independence faction, 17.7%, it's fine. And we have a marriage offer from the King of Ruthenia. He wishes to marry Berta. No. Because she has children in those particular positions. So, no. Yeah, that's right. Okay, that army is in position for whenever I want to use it. But we're trying to get out of wars so that we can start having some, feasts or hunts or, friggin' grand tournaments. That's all I want. So if you peasants could stop being annoying little peasants for a while, that would be phenomenal. Like, really, you never had a chance. You never had a chance. I'm just going to do a white piece of him because I don't want to have to chase him into Kostroma. So that'll still imprison him. The only difference is that it gives me 10 prestige instead of 20. Big whoop. Apparently the war in Rennes ended for some reason. Okay. And he has 2 rebellions, one for Galicia and one for France. So it's basically the 2 kingdoms that he holds. He will probably lose Galicia and is very likely to lose France. This guy, this is the reason why we have an adventurer threat up here. Well, we need to keep him in jail, so to view bled with him. Excuse me. As long as he's in jail, when the time comes for that adventurer threat to fire, it won't. That's my understanding of it. So hopefully that holds up. They moved out of Moskva. It's alright, we'll definitely intercept them this time. Now this one we will crush into the ground and not take a white piece for half prestige, because we get a lot of prestige out of beating these guys. Like 200 or something for a full defeat. So yeah, we chase him into Rostov. Stop trying to kill other Littlefinger's. Do you want the Kinslayer debuff? Fucking hell. Relatives, right? Come on. Tver has converted. That's where our chaplain was, so we're going to relocate him. To Mozaisk. Well, just all sorts of coffee today. Yeah, slaughter them. What's this? Okay, we're still losing Sweden. Apparently that changed around at some point. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. If we want to, and we can't actually get the HRE to High Crown Authority, we can get Sweden to Primogeniture. I would prefer to get the HRE to Primogeniture first, because it's going to piss off people. Like, make no mistake, it is going to piss off people. And it's time to, let's see, February, so let's have the pilgrimage. The pilgrimage is probably more important. But in the meantime, really, they're in a county up there? Alright, well that's fine. I'll take that county for my buddies. I don't like people holding counties in my territory. And we're going to go to Rome. We really don't have to plan to go there, you know, it's literally just down here. We could walk there in our own territory. Like, that's how it is. Excuse me again. Off we go to Rome. My spy master has been appointed my regent. That's alright, because he likes us so much. Just having a look here. We might try for that claim on Belgrade instead of a de jure claim on Olvia. Just because if we can get a bit of Serbia, I'd actually like that. Okay, the Byzantine has called us into this war. We should be able to accept this without ending the pilgrimage because we're already on it. So we accept it. And it's a shitty little war for this place that he's already won, so he shouldn't have even had to call us in. He has literally just won it. So we got like, you know, 25 points for joining in, sort of thing. Cool. Sometimes the AI just does weird things. I don't believe we can actually start a war at this point. Yeah, because we... No, we can start a war even though we're... weird. As you stop to make camp near a river crossing, along with other pilgrims, you observe a group of builders working on a bridge, etc., etc. 30% chance of +1 learning or a 30% chance of proud. We already have the humble trait, so we don't want proud. So we got +1 learning. Exceptional. That'll make it easier for our next ambition after we have a daughter. The abbot of a nearby monastery has asked that you make a donation towards the repairs of a monastery church. Surely it wouldn't hurt to ensure that you are in the monk's prayers. So, lose 30 gold, gain 30 piety, or lose 5 piety. 30 gold. Who cares? Rome! The usual. We all know how that goes down. Okay, so... the bustling mass of pilgrims is impressive, as are the many languages, colours and ways of dress present. People come here from west, east, north and south. You are standing at a place where the roads meet, and that is where people and ideas meet. Okay, so we've got a 15% chance of +1 learning, 15% chance of +1 intrigue, or 70% chance of nothing, or a 20% chance of +1 diplomacy. We have plenty of diplomacy, so learning or intrigue. We got learning. Wonderful. That's really good. Like, really good. I'm very happy about that. Okay, and we've finished our pilgrimage, and it's excellent. So now, let's see, feasts are in November, hunts are at least May. No, that's a summer fair. Hunts are at least September, so let's have that grand tournament. My regency is over. And while we're having the grand tournament... no. We'll wait until we start having the feast before we raise crown authority. Actually, no, because the act of raising it here doesn't change anybody's opinion. It's when it actually gets accepted. So this is a setup for later. We need 129 votes to get this done. I'm actually kind of hoping we don't get it done immediately. And that we get like 110 or something like that. Like a significant number. Because if enough people have a negative opinion of me, we will have issues getting them to the feast. So again, we're not declaring war just yet on anybody because we want the tournament and the feast to go ahead. Tournament should be starting fairly soon, I hope, because I don't think we can do a... Yeah, we can't do a feast in the middle of a tournament. That would be odd. Where are we? Laws. Looks like we're going to be stuck at 77. That's okay. 2 months of tournament. Again, we don't want to start a war, because that has issues with the tournament. I'm thinking we should also usurp Italy. Because we can usurp it and then never take one of the little places until, you know, never take the rest of, what's it, Sicily down here? No, that's Corsica. Sardinia. Never take the rest of Sardinia or never deal with Genoa or something like that. We'll wait. Well, 84 isn't too bad for, you know, a startup. This guy has been wounded, most unfortunate. And we're going to upgrade the barracks in Andex. It does take us below the 1,000 point floating mark, but, you know, it's fine. Bo has been wounded, Magnus has been wounded. This guy won. This guy came second. This guy came third. Great. I mean, good on him and all. This guy got wounded despite the tournament being over. Or not over, but you know, the winners have already been declared. There we go. Plus opinion all round. And now we're going to go on a grand hunt. Now we're not too good at hunting. Right, we've only got 2 martial. But I'm hoping that we can get brave out of this. Just maybe. There's also a chance of getting craven out of it as well, which is not wonderful. Maybe I should have researched, you know, what the particular chances were, but, well, if you research everything, you know, what's the point? A hunting party has cornered a large bear. A small argument amongst the hunters regarding who should get to kill the bear has nearly turned into a brawl. Just solve it already, plus 5 prestige, or give me the bear spear. 65% chance no effect. 10% chance of plus 10 prestige, 10% chance of plus 1 martial. There's also a chance of becoming wounded or maimed, and we get 10 prestige anyway. Nothing happened, so just extra prestige. It's fine. Being wounded isn't too much of an issue. You can die from a wound, don't get me wrong, but you can also get the scarred trait, which is worth extra prestige per month. So it's a little bit of a risk. Particularly seeing as our heir is still not, you know, even being educated at this stage. So we just want to be a little bit careful about things like that in the future, I feel. And when the hunt's over, we should be ready to have a feast. Which would be exceptional. Plus 5 prestige. Yeah, so we only have a few people who don't like us, like maybe 8? I think that's 8. Yeah, 8 people who don't like us. One of them being in our prison. But we're keeping him there until he dies. Because fuck that guy. And then the only other one we care about is Otto of Baden, who we're going to send a little bit of money to make his opinion positive. Grand hunt's over. And now we can have a feast. Just have another look at these vassals. I will still invite some of these, like, you know, send these guys gifts to get them to turn up to the feast, because I would like as many people as possible to actually show up. So this is definitely going to take us below our, you know, recommended floating point of money. But, well, you know, you can't make an omelette without bribing a few people. Oh, the Pope's way expensive to bribe, isn't he? That's fine, we will still bribe him. We have enough money to do this for a reason. And yeah, the general idea is as long as everybody gets the positive opinion. So we don't care about these two because we have both of these guys in prison. We could release them, but nah. What's the point? Gastric land has converted to the Catholic faith. Yeah, we get so much income that bribes are no issue. Additionally, that should really fuck over the factions. Yeah, independence is now only at 9.6. None of these people actually have legitimate negative opinions of me. It's great. I will spend lavishly on food. I am a lavish individual. Invites are sent, and I would really like that extra +1 martial. I have been injured badly. I gained the wounded trait. So that's -1 martial, -1 health. I should be fine. And you can see I've actually picked up a scar on my face now. That should go away in time. If it kills me, I'm going to be pissed. Because, you know, then my son here, Hugo, while he will still inherit Sweden, it will be an issue because he won't have a legitimate heir. He'll have to name, like, Rudgar here or something like that, heir. Or Otto Littlefinger. Who the fuck is Otto Littlefinger? No, seriously, who the fuck is Otto Littlefinger? Bugger if I know. Oh, right, that's that guy there. So it would actually be Rudgar here. You can check that due to the primogeniture thing. Of note, let's just have a quick check through here. See if there's anywhere... Yep, Lithuania is already at Primo, so we'll reduce that down to medium there. Very is fine, Poland's fine. Pomerania can also be reduced down to medium. And people will get on that and they'll love me for it and, you know, all that sort of stuff. I think they like me for it anyway. Or at least they lose the negative due to High Crown authority. Yeah, you get a lot of vassal approval. Yep, Lithuania has improved of medium crown authority, as has Pomerania. So yeah, they don't get a, oh, you reduced... Really? This guy doesn't actually have a negative. Well, that's odd. I mean, medium crown authority definitely has a penalty. Yeah, -10. Huh. Oh well, we'll see how the feast goes for trying to get people to vote for us, and then we'll start, you know, randomly bribing people again. We are going to have a slight issue with no vassal counter or above has a negative opinion of you because of these imprisonments. And those are just going to be problems. I mean, we could... Feast has started. We could still bribe them and try and get things to work like that. But it might be a pain in the ass. And they're also both Littlefingers, so we can't just execute them. I wonder if we could banish them for being excommunicated. That would be really powerful. Like, really powerful. When you banish somebody, you get all of their money and all of their titles. That's why it has such a huge vassal opinion penalty most of the time. Well, Bishop Eckhard liked the food. Good on him. Okay, that's one more dude accepting our law change. So we're at 89. We still need about 40 more guys. Righteous imprisonment on this woman, but no, we're just going to tell her to end the plot. This guy's mission to Mozaisk has been successful. So we can take him out of there and put him in Moskva. Whoops, wrong thing. Moskva. Okay. Ah, and we actually have enough military tech to advance heavy infantry up a level. So our guys are now a couple of percentage points, 3.8 to be exact, more powerful. Good. So after this feast, we're going to go to war with Ruthenia for this barony here, which they hold for some reason. There's also tuberculosis in the province, so that's not great. But yeah, fuck it. We're not there, so we don't care. Feast's over. It's wartime. Very good, very good. Where else can we have war? Well, Italy, I was going to usurp your title. I'm not going to do that yet. Well, let's see what we can do with France. A lot of Normandy stuff, something in Rouen, and some stuff for Vexin, which is this little province up here. You know, yeah, we'll try and take Vexin. Done. So just head up around there like that. And it's probably going to be one of those wars where we can just sit there and deal. Good. Okay, we're at 93 of what we need. What did I say, 129? Yeah, that's it. So that's going to be another 36 votes. Ugh. Oh, good. Some more dudes voted. 29 more votes. "27. By finding plots and tell them to end, we should get minor opinion bonuses with people, which can help us with our law changes. But we can't rely on that. Just take this war goal really quick, so we can go and start beating up armies or something. Called him a Bulgarian, but that's not such a big issue because we're going to head down and beat up his main armies as quickly as possible now, to prevent him from, you know, getting together with the Bulgarian. Because we can still be threatened by large armies. The Aquitaine English War proved that. Alright, let's start bribery. The Duke of Baden. We've already sent him money. The Duke of Brunswick. Okay. Who else is of a high rank? The Duke of Lower Lorraine. It's a lot of money, but hey, you know, if it gets him to vote for us, it's worth it. Can't withdraw your vote until, like, the vote ends for whatever reason. Okay, let's see how that goes. Duke of Thuringia voted in. Good man. That's what I like to see. Prompt responses. So did the Duke of Moravia. We're only 15 votes out. This guy was a peasant, right? Yeah. Oublet. Duke of Brunswick came in. 10 votes. Anyone else? Girly Jute is trying to kill Prince Hugo again. Stop it, woman. Oh, Lower Lorraine came in. So we're now 3 votes out. Now, everybody's going to hate us for doing this, but it's okay. Something about Duke Kuevia. You know what? I'll have no part in this scheme today. Just want to make sure that we're catching this army. We should be. It's like 16 days. And we'll definitely beat it. Good. Over in France, our guys are just doing their thing. That's fine. Okay. I need one more of you to vote. Upper Lorraine. Yeah, okay, so he's going to try and move out. Poorly, he's moving to the province that we're in. Holy shit, that's a big army. This is a problem. This is a big problem. Where the fuck did he get that many men from? Ruthenia, 24,000. Yeah, you know what? That's about right. Okay. They're going to get here on the 20th, so it's all down to whether these guys can beat this army first. They probably can't. So now it's going to rely on our military commander's might. Yep, that's not going well for us. I'm ordering a retreat. So we retreat out of combat by, well, right-clicking somewhere. Wow. I did not anticipate that. Whew, that's a huge fucking army. So all of our guys switch to retreat. They all take losses due to this. We lost 5,500 men. We lost 6.5 war score. And it would not surprise me if they were to chase us down and try and obliterate us. Fortunately, we still have, you know, positive morale. Ugh. We are going to have a huge issue here, though, because they're going to chase us down and constantly attack us, like we do to them. So, I guess fair's fair. I guess. We'll just have to see how we go. They're only bringing 16,000 along, but we only have 6,500, so, you know. Okay, so yet again we're defending. We will lose that war, so I'm going to retreat immediately. Take the losses and just get out of there. So again, we lose like 2,000 men getting out of that. And we actually lost Count Folkmar. He's been imprisoned. Who's he been imprisoned by? The King of Ruthenia. So we go to the King of Ruthenia, and he's not actually going to let us ransom the guy back. No worries. And actually our middle column is completely wiped out. Now, that's incredibly irritating that that's happened, because we've lost an entire column of retinues for some reason. Luckily, it doesn't seem like we're being pursued anymore. So when we get out of there, we can have a march back to Oberbayern and get fixed up. And 50 tech points from Demetia. I guess culture? No, economy. Yeah, not too bad. And it's such a huge amount of troops. Yeah, I admit I've been blindsided. Did not expect that. And these guys need to get the fuck out of there. We need to start purchasing more retinue units. So, they would have had one knight retinue. I can be sure of that. What else would they have had? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Free skirmish and what appears to be 4 shock. So we'll get the shock first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the skirmish. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Join them all together. And now they can... I'll put them all in the center column to see how that works. Because we're basically replacing the entire center column here. Ugh, yeah, well, that's irritating, isn't it? I'm gonna have to deal with 21,000 dudes. Basically, how we're going to do that is get these two retinues together, combine them, well, not combine them, but move them in the same army with these dudes, so we have 24,000. And the alternative is that we just beat the French up. You know, finish beating them up, move that army over. Whew. Yeah, it's not every day that the Holy Roman Empire suffers a loss. I'm amazed that he managed to get that many troops together. Like, seriously amazed. We're still winning the war, because, you know, ticking war score and all. But fuck me. Wow. Oh, an Asumanesco uprising up here. You little fucktards. Well, I'll ignore that for the moment, because I have more pressing concerns. And the reason why we're stationing our troops in these two provinces, or, you know, staging them there, is because they're mountains. So on the off chance that this guy comes over and tries to fuck with us, we have a massive defensive bonus. Hopefully. Just so irritating. We could also totally hire 6,500 mercs, and we might do that. When we get the money for it, which we're going to get fairly quickly. I mean, that'll just tip the balance so that we'll have 30,000 men instead of, you know, a couple of thousand more than he does. I'm reassured that I know that their king is shit at military. Good, good. Just keep on fighting that fight over there. And give me that guy in command of them. And we totally have the income to sustain the monthly cost of, well, free mercenary companies if we wanted it. We just gotta wait until we have the 450 to buy them in the first place. We could raise up levies. You know what? We're going to raise up some levies. It's 30,000 troops right there. Oh, 3,000, sorry. If I could raise up 30,000 from somewhere, I would actually be concerned. Yeah, well, I kind of expected them to take that place. The key now, as we reinforce our guys and get them all together, the key is that we don't lose enough war score where he can just declare victory on us. See, that would be an issue. Only a mild one because, well, all we lose is prestige. Okay, so I want everybody to gather there except for this army. Except for this army. There we go. Hugo requires a guardian. Now, Normally I would educate my heir, but I have a really shitty trait. So I am going to educate him with somebody else. We're still going to educate him for diplomacy, but somebody else will be educating him. Not Gerhard here, because Gerhard is an arbitrary coward. See, now this is an issue, because not a lot of these people are all that good. Look at what they do. Ugh, try stewardship maybe. My mother. Well, she's ambitious, she's just, she's patient, she's proud, and she's a fortune builder. But I don't really need fortune building. I need diplomacy. Maybe the Duchess of Shalland. She's Danish, though. If we give him to her, she may turn out to be Danish, and people will actually get a negative modifier towards us for not having our child educated by a German. This one. Duke of Dalmatia. Done. And let's just hope that he doesn't fuck up. Factions are down to under a page. We still only need 3 votes. Come on, dudes. Just somebody. Just fucking vote. Come on. I pay you good bribe money for this sort of thing. Wasn't anybody goddamn voting. Just people favouring other heirs. Vote. Yes! There we go. Duke Adalbert. No, it was someone else. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. We've got high crown authority, which means people are going to hate us. Not as much as they could. But they do hate us. The day when this guy dies will be a good day. Still can't believe 21,909 men. Just like, what? I'll start gathering them up in Sandez, I think. Yes, I know. The old wound has finally healed, leaving me with a pretty grotesque scar, which gives us plus 0.1 prestige per month. Excellent. And you can see that scar right down my face. Looks awesome. Don't know how a boar caused that sort of scar, but whatever. Come on, gather up. I know we've raised levies for too long. Anyway, the idea behind changing the crown law well before we can even start considering changing the succession law is so that the penalty for raising crown law will either be gone or getting close to going. Just makes it easier. Okay, the Frenchman has accepted peace. Oh, well, the Irish Frenchman. Wonderful. This army can come down here. I don't think I'll need it over on this side of things. I think we already outnumber the guy. He is attacking our places. No, he's just getting massive progression. That's fine. There's no crossings into Galich. We have very good commanders. Let's fucking do it. We definitely outnumber his forces. What's his siege? That one here. Because we still have to deal with these rebels up there. Once we're done with this army. Yes, I know. So now we're at 0 war score. Everything's cancelled it out. We're still getting progressive war score though. So that's fine. You guys need to move out. They're taking attrition. I should have seen that coming. Yeah, up to Sandez, then to Paramishal, then into that place. But Paramishal first. They should get there at around the same time, but just playing it cautious. Okay, so we're going to lose a few men to attrition. Yeah, kind of. My sister has aged up quite nicely. We're both trying to get a daughter now, so kind of hopeful that we do that. I mean, we've got so much plus fertility kicking around. Okay, then on the 12th we'll get to Paramishal. We outnumber these guys by about 4,000 men, so hopefully this works. Yeah, it's probably one of the biggest battles we'll have. At least I know that all my guys are competent military commanders. Right. Outnumbered. 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 Outled. Massively outled. Outled with one miss. Center is collapsing. Left flank is collapsing. Center should engage in melee soon or just full collapse. Okay, center's collapsed. Flanks collapsed. Everything's done. We got it. We have won this fight. This is what happens when you fuck with Littlefinger. I come back and I fuck your shit up even harder. How many of them are left? 7,000. Send the big army. The smaller army can wait behind and retake these sieges. I fuck your shit up, I fuck it sideways, and I just... Take that, Ruthenia. Take that right in your bitch ass. This guy is trying to get a claim on the Kingdom of Lotharingia. You should stop that. Well, I think I now have a new rivalry with the King of Ruthenia. Come on. Get up there. Thank you. Yeah, we're just going to chase these guys around until this entire army is dead. Right. Good. Give me that. Give me it. Thank you. And I'll just leave that one to go. It's fine. Got another man of a college. So now we're at 2. There's also an anti-pope I just noticed. Yes. The previous pope of his who had a bastard child. God damn it. Really, guys? That has put us below 100% moral authority. Concerning. Not terribly so, of course. Yep, wonderful. Keep chasing them. I'll send this force... You know what, this force can come down to Italy where the other guys were. Because now this army can kick it around up top. We are starting to come to the end of the episode. About another 6-7 minutes. We'll see how we go. We're going to end this Ruthenian war after I just beat the utter shit out of this guy. You think you had an army? Well, now you're going to have no army. I killed this guy, by the way. He was a fine warrior poet. And now he's dead because of the King of Ruthenia. Right. He still thinks he's good. Where is he? He's raiding in Kiev. To Kiev! I'm not too concerned about the vassal levies. We'll win this war before we start putting any of them down. But you let this be a lesson to you. You come to my place and beat up my guys? I'm gonna come back with a lot more than you could ever dream of. I may take this a little bit personally when they do this sort of thing to me. Excellent. Oh, what's that? I've got your son. Hey buddy, I've got your son. I've got your son. I've got your son. No, I don't have your son anymore. Oh, you've got another son. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that amazing? You have a bunch of sons. How about you accept peace now? See, we probably could have gotten him to accept peace while holding his son because that was his heir. But, well. Fuck him, right? Fuck him. Oh, we're kind of being a dick to this guy now. King Bruslav. This is what you get. This is what you get when you fuck with the Holy Roman Emperor. I will turn up to your door. I will kick it in, steal your firstborn, and execute him. And if you don't learn from that, well, I'm afraid you'll never learn. Alright, so we lost the siege up here, but that's alright. It's fine. I'm going to speed through this town, the city of Iskoristen, or Iskoristen. Bring it up to 100% war score, get our guys up to the Sumanesco uprising. Congratulations, you lost. Fucking Ruthenian. We still don't have enough retinue cap for another knight retinue. Let's see if we can deal with these Sumanescos before the end of the episode. We'll definitely get into friendly territory to put down the levies. And we'll do that with this button here, because while I'm pretty sure they're all in this army, I don't know. My uncle, King Johann, the guy I've had in prison for the last who knows how long, is now known as the Holy. Alright. Well, I guess there's not too much else he could have done in prison other than, you know, contemplate God. We're definitely going to have issues with the whole no vassal counter above has a negative opinion of you. Just because of all those dudes in jail. Could always release them and see how they go on that. Maybe. Okay, put down those levies. Wonderful. I'm kind of hopeful that we can get here and deal with these guys before they take the city. Actually, this will be the first time that a rebellion has taken things off me. Ah, good, we forced a move out of them. Now they're headed down to Moskva on the 9th. Poor choice of moves. We're just going to complete the move down to Moskva. Good, we've caught them. And they did not manage to complete that siege, which is also good. Yeah, we'll win that pretty easily. Now, because we've wiped them all out, even though they still occupy someplace, we can still force them to be, to end the war. Now, this guy has money because he, succeeded at besieging a place. So we banish him, we get that money. And we can banish him freely because he was a, rebel upriser. Okay, so I believe that'll be the end of the episode, but we're going to press for a bit of a holy war on Vladimir in a bit. And that'll give us most of Rus. What are we going to do down here? Down here, I think we're going to go to war with Aquitaine again for something. A claim on La Marche would be kind of cool. Yeah, that'll give us most of Bourbon, which means that somebody can then form Bourbon, and we'll get Limousine out of it as well. And down here, I think we were going to go to war with the Italian for... No, we were going to usurp the Italian's kingdom. We'll do that now. So now we're the king of Italy. That's wonderful. It is still running under Gavelkind, but it's also at high crown authority. So, it's at medium crown authority, but we can bump that up to high, which we're going to do right now. Who knows how many people are going to vote on that? A lot of them might not, because a lot of them are, in other regions. But this lets us try and fuck with these guys to try and get them to join in on our little thing. Some of these people are going to despise us, by the way. Actually, most of these people, because he's kept most of his Duchy of Lombardy. Irritating, yes. But not so irritating that we need to worry about things. We could pay some of these guys money to just join in. While they're not German, they're still Catholics, so, I feel like I owe it to them. We could do the same thing with Genoa, but we don't actually want to do that to Genoa. Because now Genoa is independent. We still have a de jure claim, which would actually get us to Genoa properly. But we can also do the embargo war a lot easier now. Suemi has converted to the Catholic faith. Okay. And now, of course, we have massive de jure reasons for war against this guy. I mean, look at all of those. Just everything that he has, we have a de jure claim on. Except for this one. Except for Savoy, I think. Yeah, except for Savoy. But that's the end of the episode. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those below, and I'll get to them as soon as possible. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a like, and if you would like to see more of this sort of thing, well, that subscribe button is just waiting for you. But in the meantime, I've been Sub, you've been yourselves, later.